On September 8, 2023, the Codrington Trust and the United Society Partners in the Gospel, USPG, announced their partnership on Renewal and Reconciliation, the Codrington Project. The 10-15-year project seeks to journey to respond to USPG's shameful links to the transatlantic slave trade through its past ownership of the Codrington Estates in Barbados. In 1712, the Society of the Propagation of the Gospel, USPG's former name, received a bequest from Christopher Codrington, a wealthy plantation owner, of his 2 estates in Barbados. The estates totaled 700 acres and included a population of enslaved African men, women, and children. Between the years of 1712 and 1838, the Codrington Estate was managed as a plantation business, and all the horrors that entailed. For example, the use of the whip in the field was not abolished until September 1829. Shockingly, in 1836, following the British abolition of slavery in 1833, SPG was actually compensated £88.23, 8 shillings and 9 pence, for the emancipation of 410 enslaved people. From 1830, Codrington College, which sits on the grounds of the estate, was re-established as a local ministry training school run by the Church of the Province of the West Indies. It still exists to this day and is the oldest theological college in the Western Hemisphere. In 1983, USPG returned the Codrington Estate to the Barbadian government and the Church of the Province of the West Indies. The Codrington Trust serves as the governing body of the estate, managing the affairs of the estate as well as governing Codrington College. USPG fully acknowledges the Society's historic participation in the racialized system of chattel slavery, recognizing these activities as crimes against humanity. It is a past we are deeply ashamed of and unreservedly apologize for. However, we know that this is not enough. Today, USPG are an organization committed to championing justice, seeking to honor our role as a contemporary global mission organization. As a result of initial consultation between the Codrington Trust and USPG, this reparative justice project will have 5 project pillars. Pillar A is conducting research to locate the burial and habitation places of enslaved people who worked on the Codrington Estates throughout its history. We will document the findings and establish monuments to memorialize those persons, connect kinship and family groups, and recognize those areas as sacred spaces. Pillar B involves engaging in academic work to record and present the full story of the estates during the period of enslavement and emancipation. We envision building a facility to house artifacts, narratives, and other materials to highlight, through various media, the enslaved experience and ensure that this tragedy is never forgotten. Pillar C is undertaking improvements for the circumstances and standards of qualified tenants who are living on the estates, providing new facilities for leisure and community activities, and assisting them in acquiring freehold lots under the Tenantries Freehold Purchase Act and consideration of proper infrastructure and public policy, as outlined in the Constitution of Barbados. Pillar D is for the project to fuel the spirit of self-reliance, enterprise and entrepreneurship among residents of tenantries and wider community on the island, especially the youth in St. John, by providing scholarships and other opportunities to assist them to develop and utilize the benefits of our heritage and ancestral legacy. We will use a co-community practice model for this work, which has at its core both the buy-in and recommendations of the community. This will involve consultation with representatives of the Codrington Estate community in Barbados, as well as descendants of enslaved people who are based across the globe. Pillar E is the nurturing of a culture of theological inquiry and ministerial formation within Codrington College that engages critically and creatively with its history as a key institution within a church that legitimated both chattel slavery and the trade in enslaved persons. This will be achieved by the progressive development of its curriculum and the creation of courses that engage and influence contemporary theological research and writing around reparations within the Caribbean, but also internationally. The work undertaken by the project will be overseen and monitored by an executive group made up of staff and trustees from the Codrington Trust and USPG. A steering committee of academics, experts in reparations, and key stakeholders in the work, including community representatives and descendants, has been formed to monitor and make recommendations on all aspects of the project, and to ensure that best practice is being always undertaken by the executive group. USPG has pledged 18 million Barbadian dollars, 7 million British pounds, over the next 10-15 years in response to proposals advanced by the Codrington Trust. September 2024 marks the beginning of this work. Renewal and Reconciliation. The Codrington Project is only just beginning. There is a journey ahead that will be uncomfortable, difficult, and complex. Through the process of renewal and reconciliation, USPG and the Codrington Trust will seek to work together in partnership to address the injustices of its past.